Distinguished Muslim Ummah, let us welcome and listen to our guest lecturer of today, Sheikh Dr. Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu from Mina, Niger State.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. I would like to humbly request the chairman that I stand on existing protocols and simply say to my fathers and mothers in Islam, my uncles and aunties, my brothers and sisters in Islam and in humanity, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. One should not forget to give special thanks not just to the NTA and the Voice of Nigeria and the FRCN, but in the opening remarks, they mentioned a sister who was the initiator of this series of programs. Takbir. And so you don't see the sister here, but you know every good that happens, angels are busy collecting reward. May Allah count in His mercy all those who have contributed to this program, past ones and subsequent programs. I would like to thank the organizers for this opportunity to share some thoughts on the topic of Islam and tolerance for many reasons, which have been made easier by the earlier speaker and the DG when he was talking about the consequences of intolerance. In other words, what happens if foreign, the moment it belongs to one culture and it is good, it has the stamp of validity in Sharia. And so among the qawaid of fiqh is al-ada muhakkama. That people's al-ada, people's customs, people's good customary practices and traditions are actually a source of legislation in Sharia. And we see this in the Sunnah. When the Prophet ﷺ came, he didn't change everything in Jahiliyyah. Why? Because yes, the Jahili society was ignorant about God, but not in everything. They had some good forms of business. They had some good cultural practices that Islam and the Prophet tolerated and accommodated, and some of them we now call Islamic. People were doing business even before the Prophet ﷺ came. Tijara, or buying and selling, buyu. When you hear in Islamic finance, they say musharaka, like partnership business, and mudaraba, and ijara. These were forms of business, cultural Arab business that was going on since the Jahiliyyah period. But they were good. They were beneficial. And the Prophet did it. And because when we say sunnah, sunnah refers to what the Prophet did, what he approved of, or what he said. Since the Prophet approved of it, we call it sunnah. But its origin is not Quran and sunnah. Its origin is even from the urf, but which was good in Jahiliyyah society. Part of the urf of Jahiliyyah society when they came to fight was our army will stay on this side, another army will stay on the other side. We will send our top fighters, 3 of them for example, and you send your top 3. They will do their showdown. After that, then everybody comes and fights. That was a Jahiliyyah urf. After Islam, the Prophet ﷺ still respected that urf. Why? Because it didn't contradict the Sharia. But we find the Prophet not only accepting Arab urf, when Muslims were in difficulty, when they realized that the army of Quraysh had developed alliances, confederates, ahzab, and they wanted to come and obliterate and eliminate Medina. When you see an army coming on up to about 20,000 and you, the men in your city, fighters, you are not more than around 3,000, what is your hope? What do you do? And the Prophet was discussing this with his companions. This is a big problem. Then a Sahabi who came from another urf, another culture, Salman al-Farisi, he was a Persian. He said, in our own culture, we have a strategy. The Prophet didn't say, oh, this is all kufr. No. Why? It was a good cultural practice that had a maslaha, public interest benefit. And it didn't contradict the Sharia. And what was that system? He said, we just build one big hole, big gutter, a trench, handak, round the place we want to protect, so deep, horses cannot just run through. When the Quraysh came, they had never seen anything like it before. Why? It didn't belong to their urf. So they didn't come prepared or have any ideas of how to cross this kind of big gutter. Should they have come with ladders from wherever? Should they make bridges? They didn't know what to do. And so as we move as Muslims, let us be careful that we do not force people to commit cultural apostasy, to abandon their own culture when it is actually good from the Islamic point of view, just because of our own Kabilanchi. We have created problems for our brothers in Igbo area. So much so that when they become Muslim, people are not looking at it as you are changing religion. No, they look at it as you are changing tribe. You are becoming Hausa. Why? Because we insist the person should change his name. We insist he should go and look for a hat like this. We insist he should start wearing kaftan. And that is why when honorable gentlemen like Eze Abdul Fattah comes in his own urf dressing with pride, this is what the face of Islam is going to be if it is to spread in Igbo area. But so long as you insist it must go with your culture, you will slow the religion down because of your own ethnic nepotism. And so we find, if we don't learn to tolerate ethnic diversity, but to go beyond tolerance. You know, tolerance is a little, in one sense, is a little like just managing. I will accommodate you. I don't like you, but I will manage. I'm just tolerating you. That's one way of looking at tolerance. What Islam asks us to do is to also go beyond tolerance in many cases. Not just I tolerate, but I respect. Not just I respect, but I appreciate and validate. That that it should not be the Igbo or the Yoruba or somebody from another tribe that is there to protect his own tribe. No, you help him protect his own tribe. Why? Because Allah is the one that created us into nations and tribes. And the Prophet said even the Arab is not superior to the non-Arab. Even the Prophet said so. You know, kullukum min Adam. We are all from Adam, and ultimately Adam is from dust. When we look at tolerance, even from the side of religious diversity, there's a question I have not yet been able to answer personally. I want to research on this topic. And the question is, the number of Muslims who have fought with Muslims, the number of Muslims that have been killed by other Muslims, is it more or is it less than the number of Muslims who have been killed by non-Muslims? I don't know the answer. But if I'm to go by the news of what is happening every month somewhere in the Muslim world, I hear Muslim killing Muslim. If I look in my lifetime, yes, there's been a lot of Muslims killing Christians and vice versa. But if you look carefully, you'll find a lot of that is tied to ethnicity. You find a lot of it is tied to indigent settler issues. But when I look at something like Boko Haram, and you say, yes, we don't like to admit it, but they are Muslims. Extremist, Khawarij-like, call them anything you want, you'll say, yes, they are Muslims. Have Muslims in the north been killed by anybody more than fellow Muslims? Ask Sunni and Shia the world around, who has killed you more? They'll just point to each other. And yes, I know we've had killings by the Crusades, but how many people were killed by the Crusades? 1 to 3 million. It's a lot. But throughout history, how many Muslims have killed other Muslims? And so while interfaith, bridge building, relations, tolerance is important, within the religion is equally important, and probably even more important. When we look within a faith, actually if you look at the differences in religion, and you see Allah saying in Surah Al-Ma'idah and a number of other places, وَلَوْ جَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَجَعَلَكُمْ أُمَّةً وَاحِدًا. If Allah had willed, if your Lord had willed, He would have made you all one. He chose not to do it like that. Which means He has wisdom. Why? Because everything Allah does is with wisdom. And I sometimes wonder, if Allah had made us all one religion, would we stop fighting? I doubt. In fact, in some societies, some Muslim groups are more ready to invite a non-Muslim for iftar than another Muslim. Some Muslims are ready to sit at a table for interfaith bridge building than to sit at a table with another Muslim. We can go to Hajj together, but that's where it stops. It's as if dondole. When we come back, we carry on. Fighting, takfir, you name it. As if the things we have in common are not enough to keep us together. When we look within the religion and we look at a subject like fiqh, would it be better if we only had the fiqh of Imam Malik? Would it be better if we didn't have Shafi, and we didn't have Hanafi, and we didn't have Maliki, and all the scholars of the past that differed, Zahiri and Thawri Tabari and Jariri and all the ones that are no more even around. Some are just in books. Would we have been better if we only had one madhab? Some would like to say yes, but ask a scholar. Every madhab in one society or the other will jam a problem that it cannot solve. And they will have to go to another madhab that has solved that problem and borrow that solution to meet the maqasid or the objectives of Sharia. That is called in fiqh talfiq. It's where a scholar will go out of his madhab and take the ruling of another madhab, an answer that was developed by another form of usul al-fiqh. Why? Because it meets the objectives of Sharia more effectively and accurately than the positions within a madhab. And so even though we are Maliki, predominantly in West Africa and most of North Africa, Libya all the way to Morocco, Senegal, Mauritania, we are all Maliki, from Sudan. When it comes to Islamic finance, we are nearly 90% Hanafi. Ask anybody who has gone and really studied Islamic finance. He will tell you most of Islamic finance is Hanafi. But even in Islamic finance, the Shafi, the Hanafi, the Hanbali don't have anything like takaful, insurance. Now they have, but that is something they got from Maliki. When any society wants to do legal reform, to improve the rights of women in their contract in marriage, that women want to reform the marital contract to be more egalitarian, more equitable. Why? Because sometimes, because Sharia tolerates urf, and in many cases al-ada muhakkama, ulama have absorbed parts of culture as something that is okay Islamically. But then culture changes, and we are told as culture changes, the fatwas will change. And in many societies, women would want more fair, just, equitable terms that the urf or custom that Sharia has so far absorbed does not meet. They would want something better. When they want to look at marriage contract, most legal reforms in the world go to the Hanbali school. In Hanbali society and Shafi and Hanafi, if a husband is being abusive to his wife and the wife wants a divorce and the husband says, I will not divorce you, wallahi, she's in trouble. In the Hanafi, Shafi and Hanbali school, if the woman wants a divorce and the husband says no, she has big difficulty. And so you find in Pakistan, in most of these countries, when they want to do legal reform to ensure greater fairness to women in their rights of divorce, all of them start to copy from Maliki. Because in Maliki, khulu, the woman's right to divorce is irrespective of whether the husband wants it or doesn't want it. In other words, just as the woman can say, yes, I agree to marry, she can say, no, I am going out. Just as you, the man, says, yes, I am going to marry, in talaq you can say, I am going out. So men have a right to divorce, women have a right to divorce. The only difference is methodology, the procedure. But in other schools, they are benefiting from the fact that Maliki has a different position. For asthma patients who are fasting Ramadan, you find the fatwas of the Shafi'i school most useful. Otherwise, in some other schools, they will say you are sick, so you can't fast. Or no, you have tasted it, so it has broken your fast. The point we are making here is to learn to tolerate, accommodate, respect, and appreciate diversity. Not just we will manage it, no. That there is something in diversity, lita'arafu. Something that you should go and learn. Why? It will benefit you. Otherwise, you become like Ifirigia. You just know your own, and to you, the sky is only as big as the hole above you. And you will have problems that other societies have solved, but because you do not have the humility or the curiosity to want to learn what good has Allah put in another tribe, you lose out. And we will come to how we manage our egos. Because this was one problem that Allah decided to narrate to us in the Quran about a big challenge that Shaitan had. Allah has created different species of plants and animals. And among intelligent ones, He has created human beings, He has created jinn, He has created angels. Allah has created them, not for you to look down upon. And so when Allah says, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي Adam, Allah is saying He is honoring the children of Adam. Allah honored the children of Adam. Allah regarded the children of Adam as worthy of being honored. And asked the malaika and the jinn, fasjudu li Adam, do sujud. Prostrate out of respect, not worship, out of respect for Adam. Allah says do so. Shaitan had a problem. It wasn't did Allah say so. No. But he had in his own head, ana khayrun minhu. Arrogance, pride, I am better than him. Because of that, Allah, I will not do what you are saying I should do. Why? I am better than him. The Allah that created him and the Allah that created you, the Allah that is better than all of you, says you should respect the other one. You say, I am not going to. Why? Because I believe I am better than him. And that was one of the big problems of Shaitan. But look carefully. Why is Allah telling us about a disease of the heart that applies to jinn? Because we have the same problem. We have the same attitude of ana khayrun minhu. I am better than him. My hijab is better than that hijab. My rawani is better than that rawani. The length of my trouser is better than the length of his trouser. My own way of salat is better than his own way of salat. Allah warns us, وَلَا تُزَكُوا أَنفُسُكُمْ. Be very careful about you declaring yourself pure. Let Allah be the one to judge you. I was with this is some years ago, my chemistry teacher from secondary school, Mrs. Bele. And I visited her at her house. She had retired by that time. And we were talking, and she said something I found very interesting. And I want to use it as a metaphor. She's Yoruba. And we were talking about how society changes. And she said, society and human beings are very much like snails. You know snails, this dodonkodi. They said there are different ways of killing dodonkodi. There are different ways of killing a snail. You can bring the snail, get a stone, and crush it. Or you can pour hot water on it. The moment you touch the snail and you want to crush it, especially these small ones, they will enter the shell. So you have wahala. If you put hot water, they will enter the shell, they will die there. You will still have to break it. But they said there's one way of getting the snail to cooperate with you to bring its head out and to keep its head out. That they will get the snails and put the snails inside a bowl of cool water. They will put it in one kwanu, one bowl with cool water. And the snail after some time will bring its head out and be doing like this. Just komi lafiako. Then they will carry the bowl with the snails in it and put that one on top of the stove. They will put it on the fire. And the temperature will be rising gradually. Because the temperature didn't rise immediately, the snail had no reason to go back. So the snail goes out and is looking, and the place is getting warmer and hotter, and it doesn't know what's going on, and it starts to go into slow motion. And it stops. So wallahi, that's how shaitan operates with human beings. Shaitan will not come with you with fitina overnight. No, fitina will build slowly. And you will adapt to the rising temperature. And you will adapt. Small hate speech, they are just stupid people talking. Hate speech increases, you know they are stupid people there. So you just keep tolerating it. Temperature is rising. Till somebody hits somebody. Now, is he not the one who was insulting the other one? Another person will hit another one. And is down there in the village, they are doing it, so no problem. Till gradually it continues to rise and it envelops the whole society. The way the snails got killed with their heads out. Please, it is never too early to discuss and ensure it is never too early to discuss and ensure tolerance building. MC says 5 minutes. My stopwatch says I have 20. So we will try and tolerate. It is important as we look at the subject of tolerance to please not complicate it. To not think it is more difficult than it actually is. Muslims and Christians, do they tolerate each other? Just go to the market. Every day they are doing business and smiling and greeting each other, no problem. So where is the problem coming from? In the car park, no problem. In the hospital, no problem. When somebody steals in your house and you take the case to police station, you didn't ask what is your religion. When you are in class and your maths or English teacher, you didn't say what is your religion. So where is the problem coming from? Please remember, shaitan is not stupid. If you think shaitan is stupid, you have a problem. The Prophet has already told us, shaitan is more interested in misguiding one scholar than 1,000 ignorant people. So if shaitan is going to approach a community, he will not come to ordinary people. He will most likely come through charismatic, knowledgeable scholars. People who you trust. Aidama, shaitan will not come as if he is not one your wali. He will always want to come as a friend. Somebody who has been telling you to forgive, be good, love your neighbor. None of you is a true believer until he loves for his brother what you love for himself. It is that same mouth that is talking peace that shaitan would prefer to come through. And so some of the biggest causes of our problems are actually extremist religious leaders who have charisma, who when they talk, you say, Allahu Akbar, and you get emotion. When they make mistakes, you have enough self-doubt to say, I must be wrong, he must be right. And he will drag you into hatred. Whether it's Muslim, whether it's Christian, there are verses of the Quran, verses of the Bible that the hateful religious scholar will never want to quote. Things of don't get angry, he will keep quiet of those ayahs don't exist. Idfa billati hiya ahsan, that when somebody does bad to you, return by doing good to the person. فَإِذَا الَّذِي بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَهُ عَدَاوَةٌ كَأَنَّهُ وَلِيٌّ حَمِيمٌ. Allah says, so that the person between whom there is enmity becomes like the closest of friends. They will not quote that one. They will tell you if somebody does something wrong to you, deal with him. And they will say that is justice, but it's actually revenge. But they will package it like religion, as if that's what the Prophet actually wanted. And the Christian person will do the same thing. When everything is fine, he will start telling you, love your brother, love your enemy, whatever. When there is small tension, he forgets about message of love. You see hate. And so it is important for all of us, while we may not all be guilty of peddling hate speech, all of us are responsible for making sure it doesn't spread. Why? Because the scholar only finds his relevance because of the followers. Most scholars are like flags. You know flag, oh? This tutor. The flag doesn't know which direction to go until the wind starts to blow. Many scholars, when you say, what should you say? They want to ask themselves, what will our followers like? And so when the scholar goes for a course, reads a book, that he was wrong in something, he usually has too much pride to correct his mistakes, because he is now thinking, what will my followers think of me? Let's try and desist from anything that deliberately hurts other people. Please don't call non-Muslims arni or kafir. Why? Because it is hurting. It's not saying what they are not doing is kufr, it's not, what they are doing is not kufr. But even if somebody is a jahil, you don't call him jahil. Even if somebody is munafiq, you don't call him munafiq. You can identify the action, but don't use an insulting word. MC is very tolerant. He said I should go with my own time. Seems tolerance produces tolerance, go? Jazakallahu khairan. So it's not about, is this act kufr or not kufr? That's not the issue. It's not whether this person is ashabun nar or not. But you don't call somebody from among the ashabun nar. You ask yourself, is there anybody more confirmed in his kufr than Fir'aun? Anybody? The one that is saying, I need a ma'allamku. You know, I am your Lord, Allah. Confirmed kufr. And who here can claim to have the level of iman of Musa alayhi salam? So if somebody with the kind of kufr of Fir'aun, Allah tells Musa, speak to him, ululahu, like speak to him in a softly nice way. Don't Allah. Your iman has not even reached that of Musa. I would have said Musa belonging to Ulul Azm, the most resolute of God's prophets. If there's anybody qualified to call another one kafir, he's the one. But yet he is told how to speak. So we call them by what Allah calls them. Yahud calls himself Yahud. Call him Yahud. Christian says he is Christian, or Nasara, call him Christian. Zoroastrian calls himself Majus, call him Majus. Why add insult when you know it is hurting? Is that among the maqasid of Sharia, to insult people? And we have to ask ourselves consequences. If you insult people, what do they do? Everything goes okay? No, there's a consequence. And it is the reason for consequences that even Allah says, do not insult their idols. Those they worship besides Allah, don't insult them. Why? Because they will insult you out of ignorance. They insult Allah also out of ignorance. The Prophet talked about people who insult their parents. And Sahaba said, but who will be, which kind of person will insult his parent? And the Prophet said, is the one who insults somebody else's parents, and in reciprocation, that person insults your own parents. You're the one who caused the insult of your parents. Allah tells us, if you have nothing, the Prophet said, if you have nothing good to say, you keep quiet. Udu ila sabili rabbika bil hikmah wal mau'izah al hasana. Invite to Allah's way with wisdom, with beautiful preaching. But if you know calling somebody arni, kirdi, kafiri, whatever, is insulting, why do you want to insult? To bring which benefit? Does Islam stop you from being friends? Didn't Allah say in the Quran in Surah Al-Ma'idah that we are allowed to marry a Christian woman or a Jewish woman? Fi sabilillah, what kind of relationship is marriage? What kind of relationship is marriage? The only relationship you are not allowed to have with a non-Muslim is one that compromises your Islam. Yeah, that pushes you in the direction of shirk. There was a scholar who wrote a book on the virtues of dogs, Karnuka. And it was interesting, one of the things he was saying, and talking about the mention of dogs in the Quran, in association with people you find in Surah Al-Kahf with the people of the cave. But the lesson that I found interesting, you know, people will say we have religious difference, that is the problem. Where did you find a Muslim fighting a non-Muslim because he says Jesus is God? Where? They've been saying it 2 years, and we say, Lakum dinakum waliya din and la ikra fi din. You have your religion, I have my own. There's no compulsion in religion. You know, you will meet Allah, me, I will meet Allah. He says Jesus is Son of God. He says Trinity. He says Jesus was crucified. He says Muhammad is not a prophet. He says this, he says that. At the end of everything he's saying, what is the basis for fighting? And so what we see is not that difference in religion causes problems. People lived peacefully for millennia with different religions. It becomes important to carefully diagnose what is the cause of the problem that we are calling religious problem. What is really the cause of the problem? Is it really the difference in religion, or is it something else? Where you have two tribes living together, and that's the only difference, you will hardly see any conflict. Because if you say, oh, Muslims and Christians can't live peacefully together, for most of history they have been living peacefully together. And you can go to Yoruba land and see Muslims and Christians living peacefully together. Go to Nupe land, Muslims and Christians living peacefully together. Gwari, look across this country, look across the world, Muslims and Christians have been living peacefully with each other. And in many places, Muslims and idol worshippers have been living peacefully with each other. They do business, they carry on with life. Is it tribalism that is the problem? Normally, difference in tribes doesn't create problem. Kaduna has many tribes. It's not every tribe is fighting every tribe. Because if you say, this tribe and this tribe, when they get together they will fight, why are they not fighting somewhere else? It's not because one is majority and minority that there's fighting. Why? There are many majorities living with minorities and they are not fighting. It is not because one is indigenous and one is settler. Every human group has been a settler. Why? Even Adam was a settler. Yeah. Even Adam is a settler. Everybody, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi, everybody, you are from Allah, you will go back. It's your bones you will leave behind. But there is one problem that comes when you have religious or ethnic or tribal or majority-minority differences. And that is when you have a minority that are viewed as that are viewed as settlers. So minority, settlers or foreigners, and their standard of living and wealth is higher than the majority. Anywhere in the world you have a minority, whether ethnic minority, religious minority, the moment you have a minority and they are viewed as having come and settled, in other words, this is not their original land, and the majority see that the minority are leaving them behind, you will usually find problem in that society if rule of law is not there to protect the minority. Whether it is Jews in Germany, whether it is whites in Zimbabwe, whether it's Nigerians in South Africa, whether it's Igbos in Sokoto or Hausas in Jos, pick any minority that is doing better than the average. Chinese in Indonesia or Malaysia, Tamil in Sri Lanka. Just do your yawo and see where you find conflict. Hutus and Tutsis, they are the same religion. But the Tutsis are a minority and the Hutus believe they are the majority indigenous. But the Tutsis were having a better standard of living and ruling the country. The moment you have a minority that is doing better than the majority and they are settlers, you are looking at problem coming. So please be very careful about wrong diagnosis, where people quickly try to just say, this one is religious problem, and we diagnose it wrongly. Going back to dogs, how much do we have in common with dogs? How much? Dogs have become what they call man's best friend. Dogs have become man's best friend. Very loyal. They don't have the same aqidah. They don't do the same ibadah. They don't speak the same language. They are not the same species. What could be more different than human being and dog? But yet they are able to cooperate to catch a thief. They are able to cooperate for security, for hunting, to catch a rabbit. So we ask ourselves, fi sabilillah, if human beings can cooperate with dogs, who can you not cooperate with? How can you say because it's a difference? So a difference didn't create war between human beings and dogs. Why? Because with all our differences, we are able to find what we can cooperate in. We respect the differences. You give the dog the food it likes. You treat it the way it likes. And you respect the diversity. And you use it for the betterment of both. Why? Because the dog has better listening than you. It doesn't sleep like you. To conclude, it is important as a society when we go through problems to seriously look at diagnosing these problems carefully and not jumping to conclusions. In the airline industry, when an aeroplane has an accident and there's a plane crash, when the aeroplane has a crash, every company, everybody in the airline industry is interested in one thing: the truth regarding why there was an accident. They're not interested in blaming the pilot. No, they just want to get to the truth. And they have what they call black box thinking. Black box is one steel box that has a computer inside that records all the flight data, and it records the last 30 minutes of conversation in the cockpit. Very difficult to destroy that box. And it has a tracker. It keeps beeping for up to 30 days. So the moment the crash takes place, they are looking for that black box. What do they want? They're not looking for blaming this. No, they just want to hear the black box and get to the truth of diagnosing what caused the problem. Was it the wiring? Was it the air condition? Was it the vent system? Was it the pilot? Was it somebody who shot the plane down? Was it hijacking? Was it terrorists? What exactly was the problem? When you see an aeroplane and you say, look at the shape of the tail, look at the shape of the wing, look at everything you see on the aeroplane, people died to bring about that improvement. The kind of aluminium used in the plane, the weight of this, the kind of engine, the kind of blades in the fan inside the engine, the jets, the fuel, the quantity, everything. There was an accident People died, people learned, and they continued to evolve the aeroplane. It is important when we have crisis in our society to also do black box thinking. To try and get to the truth of what is the cause of the problem. Not jump to conclusion, it's Sunzo Kuma, it is them again. And especially now with fake news. Everybody wants to increase statistics in their favor. If people fought, this tribe will say more of our own were killed, more of our religion were killed. Everybody wants to inflict. If leadership doesn't try to get to the root of the problem, wrong diagnosis, the illness will just continue. And people will continue to die because of our wrong diagnosis. It is in line with the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ that we learn to respect the humanity of others. The tolerance should be part of our way of life. The Prophet was in Medina when a Jewish burial procession, funeral procession was passing by, and he stood up in respect. We remember لَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. The Prophet stood up in respect. A Sahaba told the Prophet, why are you standing up? It is a Jew. The Prophet didn't say, but he is Ahl al-Kitab. The Prophet ﷺ said, was he not a living soul? Was he not a human being? Just the fact that he was a human being, even though he was dead, he deserved respect. And so when we look at people, let us not belittle the life of anybody. When a Muslim accident, you in your car, you are just overspeeding, accidentally you killed another human being, you will pay diya irrespective of his religion. But in this society, most likely, most people don't accept diya. They just take it lokachiyai. So what will you do? You will fast 2 months consecutively, approximately 60 days of fasting, even though it was not your intention to kill anybody. And you will fast 60 days whether the person who died was a Muslim or a non-Muslim. Why? Because a human being cannot just die and you go back to tomorrow as if it's another day. You know, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. Allah has honored the people, human beings. So we must respect the lives of people. Muslims have lived as majorities where we were powerful, but even with power, after the conquest of Mecca, as one of the earlier speakers said, we see the rahmah of the Prophet ﷺ. Even though the Prophet was powerful in Medina, he still had a peace treaty with the Jews of Medina. And they didn't pay jizya. The Jews of Medina, in their treaty, didn't pay jizya. Banu Qurayza didn't pay jizya. Why? Because they agreed they were going to be full citizens, also responsible for protection of society. And the moment you agree, you are also going to join in protecting the society. If there's war, you are exempted from paying jizya. Why? It means you are ready to die for the society. That's enough. You've shown your loyalty. But we've also seen how the Prophet, after Khaybar had broken their treaties and they were also conquered, a Jewish lady poisoned some lamb, some meat. The Prophet ate. He didn't die. They caught the woman. She confessed and he forgave her. Even though he was in power. It is a mistake to say when Muslims are in power, they will oppress. But when we are weak, we will be good. Which kind of Islam is that? It is the person who has power that is in the position to forgive. It's the one who doesn't have power that patience has become just a part of your way of life. I will end by reminding us of the need for us to stand by compassion and justice, adalci. Allah tells us in the Quran that we should stand for justice even if it's against ourselves. That we should not allow hatred of anyone towards you or any hatred you have towards others to make you swerve from justice. That justice, akrabu taqwa, that is closest to God consciousness. Akrabu taqwa. Ibn Taymiyyah about justice said that a nation that governs itself by justice will be protected by Allah, even if they are not Muslims. And I think we can see that in the world today. That a nation, a community that govern themselves by justice will be protected by Allah. But a nation that governs itself by injustice will not be protected even if they are Muslims. Please let us not look at Allah the way we look at football fans. Some of us bring Allah down to our level, that anything we do, Allah is with us. As if He is a member of your supporters club. Wa iyazu billah. Allah is with those who are just. Allah is with those who show rahmah. I've said I will end, and I will end with a little story of a man who was sitting by a well and he was stroking a little cat, his kyanwa. And he was talking to his friend when the cat saw a butterfly just flying past. And the cat jumped to catch the butterfly, but it fell inside the well, this regia. But the well had a lot of water, so it wasn't too deep to put his hand to remove the cat. So he put his hand into the well to remove the cat, but the cat scratched him. And it hurt. He removed his hand, and his hand was bleeding. And he decided to put his hand inside and bring the cat out again. And the cat even scratched him more. And he looked at his hand. His friend said, "Kai kabarifa, just leave it. You will bleed to death if you are not careful." The man looked at his friend, looked at the cat struggling to survive, looked at his hand, and then he resolved, and he put his hand inside, and he held the cat, and the cat caught his hands and bit his hands. He didn't release the cat. He brought the cat out, and the cat went away. And his hand was bleeding terribly. And his friend said to him, "So now what? What have you proven?" The man said, it is in the nature of a cat to scratch when it is frightened. It seems to be in your nature to just stay there and look without helping. And I will not let your nature or the nature of the cat change my nature. Yeah. I will not let your nature or the nature of the cat change my nature. Our nature should always be copying the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. He is our uswatun hasana. And we do not allow the hatred of anybody around us to change our nature. May Allah continue to preserve that nature of rahmah that we try to imbibe, the nature of justice, the nature of forgiveness, and the nature of tolerance. I thank the organizers. I thank and apologize for chopping some extra minutes, and I pray Allah to continue to bless us all. Ramadan Kareem or Ramadan Mubarak. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
One of the few in the industry of broadcasting, former Executive Director, FRCN Kaduna, former Director, Programs Voice of Nigeria, and former Managing Director, Nagarta Radio, Alhaji Lawal Yusuf Saulawa. We have heard all the various issues concerning tolerance in Islam by Sheikh Dr. Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu. Well, since you come from Mina, on the other side, let me greet you, although I'm partly a Katsina man, but let me say Kubeti to you. Let me tolerate and say Kubeti to you. We're going to have a discussion of this paper today. We have in our midst Professor Ahmad Bello Dogarawa of Department of Accountancy, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Doctor, forget about what you see on the programs of events. We're trying to see how best we can round up the program in the next 1 hour. You have at least 15 minutes to do justice to what Dr. Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu has done in your discussion of the paper. Salam alaikum. Bismillah. Sorry, in my recognition, honestly, I penciled it down, but I supposed to recognize the Secretary General of Jamaatul Nasr al-Islam, Dr. Khalid Abubakar Aliyu. You are welcome. And Executive Director, News NTA, Mohammed Labo.
Alhamdulillah. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. masu martaba shugabannin waɗannan gidaje masu albarka insha Allahu waɗanda suka shirya wannan zama, tsohon gwamnan jihar Kaduna kuma dallatin Zazzau kuma ɗalibinmu a department ɗinmu, babban bako mai jawabi ɗan uwa babban malami Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu hafizahullahu, Dr. Khalid Aliyu babban sakatare na Jama'at Nasrul Islam da sauran dukkan manya-manyan mutane da 'yan uwana ɗalibai maza da mata. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wataƙila za a yi mamaki da aka ji kawai na shiga cikin Hausa, saboda ni an ce zan yi magana da Hausa ne, amma ban san ko an canza ba. Ana na akan Hausar? Yawwa. Saboda dama kamar yadda aka sani a irin wannan taro akan gabatar da makala ce cikin harshen Turanci, kuma akan yi awa ɗaya ko ma fiye da haka. To wanda aka kira ya ta'aliki a matsayin discussant akan nemi ya gabatar cikin harshen Hausa, saboda waɗanda suka halarci taron amma kuma kila fahimtar Turancin yana da karanci a gare su. To ɗan uwanmu babban malami Sheikh Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu ya gabatar da jawabai masu yawa da misalai mabambanta domin fito da ma'anar tolerance kamar yadda aka faɗi ko aka ambace shi da Turanci, tolerance in Islam. Kalmar tolerance in Islam kalma ce wato mai wuyar faɗi, ita kalmar tolerance ɗin cikin harshen Hausa. Na yi ta tunanin da wace kalma ƙwara ɗaya zan fassara kalmar tolerance, duk da cewa ni ba ƙwararre ne a fannin harshen Hausa ba ko ma wani harshe, tunda kamar yadda gabatar da ni ina ɓangaren koyar da aikin akanta ne, wato Department of Accounting. To amma dai saboda yau da gobe da ake gabatar da bayanai da Hausa ya sa mutum yana ƙoƙarin gano ma'anoni na kalmomi cikin harshen Turanci zuwa Hausa. To gaskiya na yi wahala kwarai da gaske wajen tunanin wace kalma zan amfani da ita kuma ta fito da bayanan yadda suka kamata. Amma dai da larabci mun san cewa idan aka ce wato tolerance ana nufin at-tasamuh. To in muka dauki kalmar at-tasamuhu a harshen larabci zuwa Hausa, za mu ga cewa nan ma sai an yi fama kafin a samu kalma ɗaya. Amma watakila domin mu sauƙaƙa wa juna fahimta na iya cewa kalmar attasamuhu na nufin sassauci. Amma matsalar kalmar sassauci kuma a Hausa ba dole ta ba da saƙon da kalmar attasamuhu fil Islam ke nufi ba. Shi yasa sai ne tunani in yi haɗaka, in yi gamin gambiza don fito da ma'anar. A takaice dai abinda Sheikh Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu ya magana a kai shine sassauci, haƙuri da juna, girmama juna da karɓar juna a yadda ake. Wannan kila shine in an faɗi zai fito da ma'anar tolerance ko kuma at-tasamuhu insha Allah. To malam ya yi magana mai yawan gaske kuma ya nuna cewa wannan sassauci da girmama juna da tausayin juna da mutunta juna da karɓar juna a yadda ake ba kawai ya shafi.
The discussion on stage is Professor Ahmed Bello Dogarawa,
a tsakanin mutane a matakai daban-daban.
a professor of accountancy from the Department of Accountancy, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria.
Tsakanin mahaifi da ɗa.
As a discussant, he is giving a recap in a Hausa language, an abridged version of the presentation just delivered by the erudite scholar Sheikh Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu on the topic tolerance in Islam. By virtue of his mandate, he is giving a brief review in Hausa of what the scholar has delivered eloquently and thought-provokingly in English, talking about the lecture by Sheikh Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu at the 14th edition of the annual Ramadan lecture, jointly organized by the Nigerian Television Authority, the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria FRCN, and VON. I'm speaking about the lecture just delivered by Sheikh Nuruddin Lemu, noting is left as far as the imperative of tolerance, the position, unmistakable position of Islam with respect to tolerance. Tolerance within the context of the family, tolerance within the context of the community, tolerance within the context of interreligious interrelation, and tolerance within the context of international relations. For tolerance to thrive, the scholar has said it eloquently that community must learn to accommodate, must learn to respect diversity, must learn to be good ambassadors of whatever they represent, be it their family, be it their tribe, be it their community, be it their nation. That there are grave repercussions that always go with intolerance or being insulting to other people's faith, to other people's strife, to other people's leanings, socially, economically, and politically. The consequences that go with intolerance are grave. Therefore, the cost of tolerance is far less than the cost of intolerance. This is exactly what this discussion is trying to give us a recap of, making reference to the verses of the Holy Quran, talking about the pronouncement by the Almighty God, who said He created people for a single pair of persons, all from Adam, but we are made into tribes and nations so that we can better understand one another. Therefore, us to rise in strife against one another. This is the recap being delivered here by this discussant, a professor of accountancy and equally an erudite scholar from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria.
Sai cikin suratul Rum Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala ya sake ambaton kwatankwacin wannan inda ya maganan halitta ya kuma ce waqtilafu alsinatikum wa alwanikum da kuma bambance-bambancen da ke tsakaninku ta ɓangaren alsinatukum harasanku, wani ba haushe ne, wani ba fulatani ne, wani kanuri ne, wani ba nufe ne, wani ba katsine ne, wani hausa ne yake yi, wani ibo yake yi, wani yarbanci yake, wani kaza wani kaza. Duk yaran da baka ji, in ka ji masu yaran na tattauna sai ka ji kamar suna gwaranci, kai ma in kai naka za su ji gwaranci kake yi. To in ko har akwai bambancin yare, akwai bambancin launin fata, dole ne a samu bambance-bambance wajen yanayin abubuwa da kuma yadda za a fahimci abu. Wannan yasa ya zama dole ana da buƙatar tausaya wa juna da yin sassauci ga juna da mutunta juna da kuma ainihin wato karɓan juna a yadda ake. An min ishara da cewa wai za a iya fassara kalmar tolerance da sunan kawaici. Gaskiya wannan fassara tana da matsala. Kawaici a Hausa ana nufin ka kau da kanka daga wani abu bayan ka gan shi, ba kuma abin da tolerance ko ta samu yake nufi kenan ba. Ka karɓe shi a yadda yake, ma'ana ta samu kenan. Shi yasa kamar yadda Malam Muhammad Nuruddin ya faɗi, wato kalmar tolerance kanta yanzu ana kalubalantanta a turanci, cewa inda ana maganar ta samu ne ba tolerance bane. Don tolerance ana nufin patience ne da kuma bearing, ka zama kayi bearing wani abu ba kana son shi ba. Shi yasa suka ce abin da yafi dacewa a ce accommodation, ka karba abu yadda yake kuma kai mu'amala da shi a yadda yake ba tare da ka tirsasa shi sai ya canza ba. Kuma wannan zamu ga ayoyin alkur'ani da dama da hadisan annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam abin da suka koyi kenan. Malam yayi maganan cewa duk da cewa musulunci ya fa'ida ko ya koyar da muhimmancin sassauci da karban juna a yadda ake, to amma akwai bangarori da bai kamata a wuce gona da iri ba a wajen sassauci. Ma'ana shi kansa sassaucin nan yana da ka'ida ta wasatiyya, moderation. Kar a wuce ka'ida, ya zama an kasa kaiwa inda shari'a ta ce ko an wuce inda shari'a ta ce. In aka kasa kaiwa an cutar, in aka wuce inda shari'a take an cutu. Shi yasa malam yayi magana, ya ba da misalai da abubuwan da suke marasa kyawu kamar zalunci da danniya da rashawa da cin hanci da sauransu. Ya ce waɗannan muna da nau'in sassauci da ya wuce ka'ida. Har ma ya ishara da wannan ka'ida ta malaman usul ko malaman qawaid da suke cewa ad-dararu yuzalu, duk inda aka samu cuta to ana gusar da ita ne, ka'idar kenan. Saboda haka tunda waɗannan abubuwa ne masu cutarwa bisa ittifaƙin tunanin ɗan adam, ba kawai da sunan ma addini ba, to wajibi ne a ce ba a ce a yi sassauci a kansu ba, sai dai idan abinda mutum bai da iko a kai. To kamar yadda malamai ke cewa shi tolerance ko attasamu ko sassauci ginshikinsa abubuwa guda hudu ne da ɗan adam ya fahimta, wanda a kansu ne aka gina duk wani abu na sassauci. Abu na farko, ɗan adam mai girma ne a wajen Allah ya karrama shi. Sheikh ya yi ishara da faɗin Allah ta'ala a cikin alkur'ani mai girma, wala kad karramna bani adama, hakika mun girmama, mun karrama, mun mutunta, mun daga matsayi da daraja na ɗan adam. A nan wurin bani adama aka ce, da musulmi da wanda ba musulmi ba, da wanda yake dan yaran ku da wanda ba yaran ku ɗaya ba, da wanda kuke harshe ɗaya da wanda ba harshen ku ɗaya ba, da wanda kuke jinsi ko kabila ɗaya da wanda ba haka ba, da wanda kuke ƙasa ɗaya ko gari ɗaya da waɗanda ba haka ba. Duk Allah ta'ala ya ce wala kad karramna bani adama. Abu na biyu shine daidaituwa na ɗan adam. Duk ɗan adam ɗaya yake da wani ɗan adam ɗin. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. Sai inda shari'a ta bambanta. In shari'a ta bambanta a wuri kaza da kaza, to wannan sai a karba. Misali a wajen gado tsakanin namiji da mace, inda mataki ɗaya suke na gadon, kaga a nan wurin namiji yana gadon abinda mace take gada da ƙari, ma'ana yana gadon ninkin nata, in kaman 'ya'ya ne ko jikoki matsayinsu ɗaya, ko 'yan uwa shakikai ko la'abbai, in dai mataki ɗaya suke na yan uwantakan. Amma kaga al'ummai wanda aka da uwa ɗaya kawai, sai ya zama su kuma Allah ya daidaita su. A tsakanin uba da uwa akwai inda Allah ya daidaita su, akwai inda ya bambanta su. To waɗannan irin bambance-bambancen, wannan haka yake a shari'a, akwai hikimomi kuma sai mutum ya karɓa ya sallama. saki yana hannun namiji ne, amma mace tana iya neman a rabu da ita ta hanyar hul'i, ko kuma ana cutar da ita kai ƙara alkali ya duba, in ya tabbatar da cewa an cutar da ita babu kuma yadda za a yi gyara, yana iya raba auren. Kaga wannan bambancin shari'a ne ta kawo, amma a idanun a bangare na halitta da namiji da mace da babba da yaro da ainihin mai kuɗi da marashi da mai mulki da marashi da musulmi da wanda ba musulmi ba, dukkansu ana ɗaukansu a matsayin akwai equality a tsakaninsu, a fuska ta shari'a, a fuska na hukunci, a fuska ta ainihin hukunci na alƙalanci da sauransu.
Professor Ahmad Bello Dogarawa, a professor of accountancy, ABU Zaria, still with a recap of the lecture earlier delivered by the guest lecturer, Sheikh Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu, still re-emphasizing our common humanity, a nation of one people, all created by God, divided into tribes and nations, all in the wisdom of God, so that we can have better understanding and appreciation for one another. It is still the 14th annual Ramadan lecture, jointly organized by the Nigerian Television Authority, the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, and the Voice of Nigeria, whose DGs are all seated at this Lumana Hall in Kaduna, venue of the ongoing lecture. As highly observed, the pioneer convener of this lecture was the former zonal director of the Nigerian Television Authority Kaduna Network Center in the person of Marwan Buell, who started it all 14 years ago with the maiden lecture on the 5 pillars of Islam, where then 5 distinguished lecturers were invited to deliver a lecture on each of the 5 pillars of Islam. Incidentally, one of the invitees then was Sheikh Ahmad Lemu, the father of the present guest lecturer, Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu. The Sheikh then was unable to come. Instead, he sent his son, Sheikh Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu, to represent him. He came and delivered lecture then on Zakat as one of the pillars of Islam. 14 years after, he is back again, and he has indeed done justice to yet another topical and thought-provoking lecture talking about tolerance in Islam, which seeks to emphasize the commonness of humanity, the importance God the Almighty attaches to his creator, man, whom he exalts in this world, and our differences of geography, socio-cultural affiliations, religion inclusive, shouldn't be a barrier or a cause for one set of tribe or religious followers to look down upon their fellow human beings. We are in his word, first and foremost in the sight of Allah, one generation of humanity that God so much exalted on earth as his wages. 14th annual Ramadan lecture on sex is a discussant, Professor Dogarawa from ABU, giving a recap of the lecture earlier delivered by the guest lecturer, Sheikh Nuruddin Lemu.
Don a nuna cewa an baka dama kai kanka kai tunani, kar ka jawo kawai kawai dan kaga ana bi kai ma kai inna rududi, ba a yadda da wannan ba. To wannan na daga cikin manufofi na tasamu, saboda waɗannan abubuwan Allah ya kaddaro su a haka, ba yadda za a yi a raba al'umma da su, to dole ne a yi wa juna musamaha, a yi tasamu, a yi tolerance, a mutunta juna, a yi sassauci ga juna, a yi kawaici ga juna in sahat ta'bir. Alkur'ani ya gaya mana, Allah ta'ala ce la ikraha fi dini, babu tirsasawa cikin addini, ma'ana ba za a ce sai ka bi addini kaza ba. In ka bi na musulunci shikenan, fa man sha'a falyumin wa man sha'a falyakfur, lakum dinukum waliya din. Sai dai akwai akiba, akwai ainihin sakamako na ainihin sabawa Allah ko kin imani da Allah. Sannan kuma idan ya zamanto ba ana zaune zaman lafiya, zaman amana, zaman mutunta juna bane, ya zama ga wannan kasa daban ga waccan kasa daban, aka je kuma wajen yaki, to shi kaga musulmi ba zai fada da wanda ba musulmi da musulmi dan uwansa ba, sai dai fada da wanda ba musulmi ba, wanda ya hana ayi addini ko kuma wanda ya cutar da waɗanda suke addini din. Sannan Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala ce walau sha'a rabbuka la amana man fil ardi kulluhum jami'a afa anta tukrihu an-nasa hatta yakunu mu'minin. Malam ya yi ishara da wannan ayar a cikin laccarsa, inda Allah ya so da duk wanda ke bayan ƙasa gaba ɗaya mutane da sun imani da Allah, amma ba haka Allah ya kaddaro ba. Wannan ana kiran shi alƙadarul azali, wato ana kiransa wato al-hukumul azali ko kuma alƙadarul azali. Abinda Allah ya kaddara ne ba yadda za a canza shi. Shi yasa ma Allah ya ce to yanzu zaka tirsasa mutane ne har sai kowa ya zama mai imani? Kaga ba haka bane. Sannan a wata ayar Allah ya ce walau sha'a rabbuka laja'ala an-nasa ummatan wahidatan wa la yazaluna mukhtalifina illa man rahima rabbuka walidhalika khalaqahum. Haka Allah ya kaddaro, saboda haka ba kowa zai imani ba, to sai ai hakuri da juna tunda Allah ya hada zama tare. Ba za ka zauna kai kadai a inda kake ko a gidanka sai wani ya saba maka ra'ayi cikin 'ya'yanka, ko musamman kana da mata biyu ko fiye da haka, wata sai ka ga tana saba maka a wani abu duk da biyayyen da take maka, amma akwai inda kuka sha bamban, za ta tirsasa kanta ne ta matsa wa zuciyarta ta bi ka dan biyayya, amma ba dan ra'ayinta kenan ba. Ashe kenan tunda Allah haka yi mu, dole mu yadda cewa ana da buƙatar sassauci ga juna. Sa'an nan game da waɗanda ba musulmi ba, malam ya yi ishara da faɗin Allah ta'ala a cikin suratul mumtahanat, faɗin Allah ta'ala la yanhaakumullahu anil ladhina lam yuqatilukum fid dini wa lam yukhrijukum min diyarikum an tabarruhum wa tuqsitu ilaihim inna Allah yuhibbul muqsitina. Allah bai hana kyakkyawar mu'amala bisa adalci ga waɗanda suke ba musulmi ba, ba su yaƙe ku ba, ba su fidda ku daga gidajenku ba. Akwai zama na sulhu, zama na musalaha, zama na mutunci, zama na ainihin yarda da cewa kowa zai kiyawa juna haƙoƙinsa. Allah ta'ala ya ce ba a hana ku yi musu adalci ba, to sai ma Allah ya ƙara wani abu kai, sai ce an tabarruhum, sai ma aka gabatar da shi. A tabarru ya wuce alkistu, don kistu wannan ka yi daidai yadda aka yi maka ne, adalci kenan. To amma sai Allah kuma ya shar'anta ihsani, a ɗan yi ƙariya a wuce ma ainihin adalci. Don mene? Domin haka ne ke kawo zaman lafiya, domin haka ne ke iya sa a fahimci mutane, shi ke iya sa ka rabato, ka jawo wanda asalinsa maƙiyi ne ma. Idfa billati ya ahsan fa idha alladhi bainaka wa bainahu adawatun ka annahu waliyyun hamim. Wa ma yulqaha illa alladhina sabaru wa ma yulqaha illa dhu hadhin azim. Tun kafin a nuna min lokaci, gara in gaya ma kaina gaskiya. Ai kaji har ma an nuna, wato ni ba za a yi min tasamuhu ba. To yau ranar tolerance ne. Sheikh Muhammad Nuruddin ya gaya mana yau ranar tolerance ne, kowa yana tolerance ana. To amma dai a takaice zan dan ƙara da waɗansu misalai, wasu daga ciki malam ya yi ishara, waɗansu kuma saboda karancin lokaci malam bai samu kawo su ba. Zan yi ishara da waɗansu misalai, amsila hayya, practical examples na ainihin tasamu wanda annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallama ko sahabbansa suka yi a cikin al'umman nan domin mu gane. Misali na farko, manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallama ya nuna wajibcin ba da kariya ga wanda yake zaune tare da al'ummar musulmi kuma shi ba musulmi bane, amma ya yadda ya zauna karkashin dokokin musulunci, ahlul zimma. Allah ya yi umarni a bashi kariya, kuma annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya nuna cewa wanda duk ya kashe wanda aka yi zama alkawarin zaman lafiya da shi karkashin gwamnatin musulunci, karkashin tsari da dokoki na musulunci, karkashin hukunce na musulunci a cikin al'ummar musulmi, amma sai aka kashe shi ko aka zalunce shi ko kuma aka kallafa masa abinda bai da ikon yi, manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ce a ranar kiyama zan tsaya ma wannan mutumin da aka zalunta. Ma'ana manzon Allah zai zama kansil, shi zama kamar lauya na wannan mutumin. Wane kai? Manzo Allah ya tsaya a matsayin lauyan wani, to kai ka je ina? Zaka sha? Haka ba za ka sha ba. Sannan alkur'ani ya nuna cewa ko wanda ba a zaman lafiya da shi, in dai har aka samu musulmi ɗaya ya ce zo na baka kariya na wacin gadi, kariya ta wacin gadi, dole a amintar da shi, ba za a kashe shi ba. Wa in ahadin min al-mushriki nastajaraka fa ajiru hatta yasma'a kalam Allah thumma ablighu ma'amana. Al-musta'minin, duk wanda ya nemi a bashi kariya, kamar yadda ya faru a Jos ba dadewa ba, inda aka samu wani limami ya ba da kariya ga waɗanda ba musulmi ba, kiristoci 100 da wani abu. Wannan wannan haramun ne, ko wane ne, ko shugaban musulmi ne, ko amirul mu'minina ne ya ce zai taba shi, haramun ne. Domin annabi sama ya ce duk musulmin da ya bada irin wannan kariyan to dole ne a tabbatar da wannan kariyan, alamunci wannan kariyan, har sai ya samu aminci a fidda shi, a hada shi da jama'a ko a kai shi bakin boda inda aka tabbatar ko ba wanda ke labe yana jira a sake shi ya make shi, sai an kai shi inda ya samu aminci, ya zama secured, comfortable, sannan a ce to jika. Wannan ta samu ne irin na addinin musulunci. Abu na biyu, musulunci ya wajabta ba da kariya ga wuraren bauta na waɗanda ba musulmi ba, da coci-cocinsu, da synagogues ɗinsu, da waye-waye, ko ne sunan shi, temple. Shari'a in dai malamai sun maganganu, akwai masail fiqhiyya mai zurfi a ƙarƙashin wannan, wanda ba babin a tattauna bane a wannan taron. Misali, a wani yanayi ne za a bar coci, in kafin a kafa daular musulunci ne yake nan, ko kuwa a idan daga baya ne ya zo, ko duk malamai sun maganganu wanda ba shi nake son faɗi ba. Amma a cikin suratul hajj dai Allah ya gaya mana wajibcin ba da kariya ga dukkan wuraren bauta, places of worship. Dole ne a ɗauke su sacred, a ba su protection. Al-Imam Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullahu ta'ala ya wata magana mai ban sha'awa, yake cewa Allah mai iko, al'amari sai Allah. Ya ce ka duba ba, a wayannan wuraren da ake bautawa Allah ba yadda yake so ba, Allah baya san abin da suke, amma ya wajabta a ba su kariya, kuma a ba inda suke shiga su wannan bautan kariya, duk da cewa Allah baya so. Kun ga wannan na nuna menene? Ta samu tolerance, a ba da kariya ga wuraren da ake ma ambaton wani Allah, amma kuma dole a ba wurin kariya. Musulmi, komandojin musulmi su za su je su ba da kariya, su hana a rusa wurin, su hana a bata wurin, gashi kuma Allah baya san abin da ake a wurin, amma kuma dole a ba da kariya. Wannan na nuna mene? Tolerance, at-tasamuh al-islami. Misali na uku, akwai lokacin da wata tawaga ta kiristocin Najran suka kawo wa manzon Allah sama ziyara a Madina, suka zauna a masallacinsa, suka yi masa tambayoyi, suka tattauna, suka yi wasu 'yan kwanaki. A tsakanin waɗannan kwanakin kafin su koma garinsu, sun so su yi ibada irin tasu, su yi bauta irin tasu, kuma suka yi amfani da nan cikin masallacin manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wasu daga cikin sahabbai suka nuna kamar kyamarsu akan abin, manzon Allah ce ku kyale su, dan girman Allah mu duba wannan. Don mene? Don karrama bako. Don mene? Shi ya karɓi bakuncinsu. Don me shi yadda su shiga masallacinsa. Don me shi yadda ya zauna ya tattauna da su. To dole kuma ya ba su kariya ga addininsu, don yana daga cikin daruriyatul khams, a ba su kariya ga addininsu. Misali na hudu, manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam lokacin da ya isa Madina bayan hijira daga Makka, ya tarar da mutane. Sheikh Muhammad Nuruddin ya yi magana akan wannan. Ya tarar da jama'a daban-daban. Akwai musulmi wanda suka musulunta kafin ya je saboda sako ya kai gare su, akwai waɗanda ya tafi tare da su daga cikin sahabbai muhajirai kenan, bangaren musulmi. Akwai yahudawa na da kabiloli guda uku a cikin ainihin wato Madina. Sannan akwai kuma mushrikai wanda ba su ma yi imani da Allah ba. Su waɗannan mushrikai waɗanda ba su yi imani da Allah ba su ne kashi 45. Su yahudawa su ne kwatankwacin kashi 40. Ka samu nawa kenan? 85. Musulmi gaba ɗayansu da na Makkan da na Madina in ka haɗa su kashi 15. A haka manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya tsinci kansa a Madina. To kun ga daga isansa Madina maganan matsayinsa da shugabancinsa na addini ya tsaya kan waɗanda yake shugabanci ne musulmi masu imani. Yanzu sai ya koma zama political leader, sai ya zama shugaba na al'umma, shugaba wanda yake jagora. An rubuta ka'idojin zamantakewa, constitution, wanda ake kira sahifatu Madina. A cikin wannan constitution din an yi magana akan ƙasa ɗaya ce, duk wanda ke cikin Madina ɗan Madina ne, saboda haka dunkule suke a cura a mulmule a tare wuri ɗaya, kuma za su iya tunkaran duk wani kalubale da ya zo daga wajen Madina gaba ɗayansu ba tare da bambancin addini ba. Abu na biyu, kowa yana da 'yancin ya addininsa yadda ya fahimta. Abu na uku, kowa an ba shi dama a cikin addinin nasa zai iya taruwa da mabiya addininsa sai abubuwansu na bauta. Waɗannan uku ne daga cikin manya-manyan abubuwa kamar guda 41 wanda aka rubuta a cikin wannan kundi ɗin. Wannan na nuna mene? At-tasamuh addini. To abu na ƙarshe ko ƙarshe zan faɗi shine da aka yi fatu Makka. manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam lokacin ya sami iko ya rama abin da duk aka yi masa. Kar ku manta irin su wato Yasir da matarsa yanka su aka yi masu wulakanci, akwai wanda aka karkashe, akwai wanda aka kona, akwai wanda aka wato yi masa abubuwa daban-daban. Amma duk da haka annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam da ya shiga ya ce to duk wanda ya je gidan ma Abu Sufyan ya kubuta, wanda dai ya aje makaminsa ya kubuta. A ƙarshe da ya tara su gaba ɗaya da jahalin kirki da sassauci da tolerance da ta samu, ya ce to duk kuje na kyale ku. Wannan shine ta samu, shi ake kira ta samu. Sannan ku duba ko wajen yaki duk da abin da aka rika wa manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallama, ku duba abin da aka yi wa kawunsa ko bafansa Hamza. Amma duk da haka manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallama an yi yaki, sai ya je yana dubawa wanda aka kashe, sai ya tarar da an kashe wata mata mace da kuma yaro, sai ya ce to wannan bai kamata a kashe su ba. Daga nan ya sa ka'ida ba dama a kashe duk wata mace ko wani yaro in dai ba ya yi musharaka ta hanyar ɗaukan makami shi ma shiga cikin yakin ba. To da ƙarshe yan uwa, akwai wuraren da gaskiya ba a ta samu, malam ya ishara da irin waɗannan. Misali inda zalunci yake, ba maganan tolerance ga zalunci, domin kamar yadda Ibn Taymiyyah ya faɗi, malam ya ishara da wannan maganar. Allah yana kyale daula wadda take mai adalci, gwamnatin adalci, ta rayu ta daɗe, ko da kuwa suna kafirci a aƙidarsu. Amma Allah baya kyale al'ummar da ake zalunci a cikinta, ko da kuwa masu imani ne su. Saboda haka ba a barin zalunci, domin idan an bari to in matsalar ta zo za ta shafi kowa da kowa. Abu na biyu, corruption na da faɗi, ba kawai ci hancin da rashawa ba, duk wani wata badakala, duk wani rashin gaskiya a cikin mu'amala zai iya zama corruption. Saboda corruption ba sai financial corruption ko economic corruption ba, akwai intellectual corruption. Malamin makaranta ya ki shiga aji, ya ki graduating ɗalibai da gangar bisa zalunci, ko ya zo ya kwafo wani abu ba nashi ba, ba zai ishara da inda ya samu ba, nau'i ne na corruption. Ko kuma shugaba ya yi wani abu na rubda ciki da dukiyar al'umma, nau'i ne na corruption. So corruption na da fuskoki, to an aka ga irin wannan corruption din shi ma ba a bari za a yi magana. Allahumma sai in dai mutum ya ji wa kansa tsoro a rayuwarsa cewa idan ya yi magana zai iya samun matsala. Domin annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya ce bai dace mumini ya wulakanta kansa, ya kaskanta kansa ba. Sai sahabbai suka ce ya zai kaskanta kansa, sai manzo Allah ya ce ya daukar ma kansa abinda ba zai iya jure masa ba. Saboda haka in ya zama akwai tsoron cutuwa da halaka da makamancinsu, in ka fito kai magana to sai kai hakuri. Bangare na biyu da bai halasta ko bai halasta a ta samu shine abin da zai kai ga abin da ake kira loss of identity, loss of religious identity. Ba ta samu bane, ba tolerance bane, kana musulmi abubuwa na musulunci balo-balo wanda ya zama dole ka yi su, ko a waje ko a gida ko a yi a ɓoye ko a bayyane, wai dan saboda kar waɗanda kuke tare da su abokai ko abokan aiki ko shugabanninka a wurin aiki ko makamancin wannan su ganka su ce kana da tsaurin addini, kawai ka ce maza za ka je kai sallah, sai ka ce kai ayi yanzu kawai a ci gaba da mitin, kuma ka san aka ci gaba lokacin sallah zai wuce, kuma ba ka da wani uzurin shari'a kamar haɗa sallah ko makamancin wannan. To kaga wannan ba a yarda da shi ba. Ko kuma ya zamanto wani abu ne da ya kamata ka fito ka bayyana matsayin musulunci, amma wai dan saboda kana son a ce kai din nan mai sassauci ne, sai ka ki dan saboda kar a ce kai extremist ne ko fundamentalist ne ko makamancin wannan, to irin wannan ta samu din shari'a ba ta yarda da shi ba. To waɗannan misalai suna da yawan gaske. Ina roƙon Allah ta'ala ya mana muwafaka, Allah ya mana gamdakatar, Allah ya karɓi ibadodinmu. Kuma ina godiya ga su waɗanda suka shirya wannan taro kamar yadda suka saba. Ni na zama ɗan gida a nan saboda na gabatar da lecture sau uku, 2009, 2011, 2014 ni na lecture. To kuma yau Allah ya sa na zo a matsayin mai yin ta'aliki, saboda kun gani ɗan gida ne. Don haka ina roƙon Allah ta'ala ya saka musu da alkhairi, Allah kuma ya mana gamdakatar. Yau asabar ɗin nan muna roƙon Allah ta'ala, mun ɗauki azumi na 14 kenan ko 13 har na wuce da mu 13 ga watan Ramadan na wannan shekarar 1440 wanda ya dace da ainihin 12 kenan ko nawa ne ma ga watan boko 18 ga watan boko shekarar ta watan Mai shekarar 2019. Allah ta'ala ya sa mu dace kuma Allah ya mana sakaya baki da Allah ya sa wannan bayanai da aka gabatar mana wanda shi Sheikh Muhammad Nuruddin Lemu yayi da yatta alikokin ne da abubuwan za su biyo baya Allah ya sa zama hujjoji a gare mu ba hujja akan mu bara na kiyama. Allah ta'ala ya sa mu dace wa subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayka. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Professor Ahmad Bello Dogarawa of Abu Zaria with a brief recap of the lecture earlier delivered by Sheikh Nuruddin Lemu. And like the Sheikh that preceded him, he equally ended his recap on the important note of no tolerance in the face of corruption, no tolerance in the face of injustice. Ramadan lecture coming to you live from the services of the Nigerian Television Authority, broadcasting from Lumana Hall here in Kaduna.
In the language that people will understand here, I think before we go to this recognition, we now have goodwill message, and also we'll now give a presentation award of recognition to the initiator of this Ramadan lecture. So before we come to that, with the permission of the chairman, I would like to invite the Eze Abdul Fattah Chimeze Emetuma III, the Ofo of Umafo Kingdom in the Oguta local government, Imo State, for just 3 minutes to come and give a goodwill message. So you can see we have crossed the Niger.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين والصلاة والسلام على النبي الكريم. Do Allah, Mr. Chairman, do Allah bani 5 minutes. Saboda Allah, na zo daga nisa ne. Glory be to Almighty Allah, who made it possible for us to witness this Ramadan. We implore him to accept from us, pardon us wherein we erred, and reward us with the best of rewards. This is my second time of attending this noble lecture organized by NTA Radio Nigeria and Vaughan and others. We have heard it all from Sheikh Nuruddin Lemu. He has said it all as far as tolerance is concerned, Islam. As he was issuing out these narratives, I remembered what Pope John Paul XVI said in 2011 when he visited Syria and was ushered into the Umayyad Mosque where Yahya, the Prophet, alayhi salam, whom they call John Baptist, was buried. And after that he said, unquote, traditionally, Islam has been tolerant of Christianity. And what we are, and what are these days, what are these traditional sources, as it may, well, if one may ask? They are, number one, the Quran, the Prophet ﷺ's examples in the Sunnah as contained in the Hadith. So, we as Muslims, if we as Muslims fall short of tolerance today, then neither Islam nor the Prophet should be blamed. We have to blame ourselves. That you have had him both in English and Hausa, where these things were narrated. And I wouldn't want to dwell so much on that anymore because of the time. Brethren, among the 5 pillars of Islam, namely Shahadatain, Salat, zakat, and some Ramadan, the most important one we neglect so much is zakat. In fact, if we as Muslims can harness the zakat, it will help us a lot in terms of physical development of Islam, empowerment of the Ummah, especially our youths. Permit me to say that zakat and sadaqah, which according to Islam bridges the gap between the rich and the poor, is the number one reason why some of our youths took to insurgency, kidnapping, banditry, armed robbery, and other criminal acts. Apart from criminal acts, the concentration of wealth in the hands of a few people could lead to revolution, as it was in the case of Paris in the early 18th century. Poverty, if not properly handled, according to the Prophet, could lead to kufr, unbelief. Kufr is the root of global evil, as we can see today. We must therefore constantly remind our well-to-do people that the wealth in their hands belong to Allah, and that they are mere trustees, and a trustee must one day account for what he has entrusted with. In the last 2 decades, our Muslim elites have spent close to $500 billion naira on unnecessary Hajj and Umrah. Such huge amount of money, if spent at home, could have done so much in Islamic Ummah development. The Prophet ﷺ postponed Hajj for a good number of years, just about 9 years. Reason: anytime he prepared himself for Hajj, and the sadaqah he has prepared for it, some people will come there and they give it to them as sadaqah. Based on that, he was able to postpone Hajj for 9 good years. So I'm appealing that we Muslims should try as much as we can to make use of sadaqah in improvement of the welfare of Muslims. Now, in conclusion, how do we embrace tolerance as a nation? It is by understanding who we are as a people. One, we must accept the truth that we are all God's creatures and human beings and mortals. All of us are children of Adam, from single parent of Adam and Eve. Number 3, that we are black race and Africans. We are Nigerians by nationality. That Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Edo, Ibibio, Ijo, TV, Idoma, etc. are mere linguistic nomenclature, and they share a lot in common. You see, in Hausa, Taya, one is Taya, Igbo is Otu. Yoruba, Hausa is Iu, 2. Igbo is Buo. Shida is Shin. Sato is Tapas. Tara, Tolu. Nari is Deri. Dubu is Puku. Nana, Anomia. Kubakaba. So why can't we understand that we are one? In Yoruba too, Ono is Eno. Imi is Imu. Nti is Eti. Ologo, Pusikat. We call Ologo in Igbo land. So what are you talking about? Yena titi hanya. Ona de titi uzo. Sinkafa, Uskapa. So I have to appeal that we should emphasize more on areas that unite us. To me, nobody is Igbo, nobody is Hausa, nobody is Yoruba. We are all Africans and blacks. Those things are male languages, and that is why you have similarity in those languages. So finally, I have to say that, you see, mosquito doesn't know who is Hausa, who is Yoruba. Kagani, talauche, poverty, hunger, disease, don't know who is Yoruba, who is Hausa, who is Muslim, who is Igbo. So I have to appeal that instead of us should fight, Let us fight disease, hunger, poverty that affects all of us. And if we should kill, let us kill mosquitoes. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nde wonu barakan ku da zuwa. E kabo. Fai. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. Eze is the imam and the leader of his community, and you can see how he beautifully presents his goodwill message. Briefly, as I said, we are going to round off by 12:30, and inshallah we are going to round off by 12:30. We are going to have remarks by the Director General, Voice of Nigeria, after His Excellency, before Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State. But we are going to present an award, as I mentioned at the beginning of this program, that the initiator of this program, Hajia Maram Biwal, she started this Ramadan lecture, and today is the 14th in the series. She's not here today, but she's represented by her son, and according to the program, we are going to read a brief citation of hers, and her son is going to collect an award for her for what she has initiated. But before then, let me quickly recognize Captain Mohammed Joji, the former MD of defunct Nigerian Airways, and now Chairman, Chief Executive Officer of Sky Power Express. Let me also recognize Alaji Shaibu Inda Adama, the former Executive Director, Engineering NTA, and also Alaji Saidu Abubakar, former Executive Director, Admin and Finance, NTA, and also Sayyida Saadatu Aliyu Atta, the wife of the former Inspector General of Police, Aliyu Atta. So let me begin by, why is he? Why is the person who is going to collect the award on behalf of Hajia Maram Biwal? His name is Mustafa. MashaAllah. Mr. Chairman, distinguished guests, Hajia Maram Biwal was born in Jos Plateau State, currently owner and director of Josak Skills Nursery and Primary School, Kao, Kaduna. Before that, a professional broadcaster who served in the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, for 35 years, from 1974 to 2009, and held various positions: Director of Programs 2008-2009, Zonal Director Kaduna NTA Network Center 2004 to 2008, General Manager NTA Kano 2003, Director Administration 2000 to 2003, General Manager NTA Kaduna 1997 to 1999, General Manager NTA Jos 1990 to 1997, and Principal NTA TB College 1987 to 1990. She rose through the ranks from producer to manager of programs at NTA Jos, where she started her career and produced a wide variety of programs and programs, including children programs, drama, documentary, and reality and entertainment programs. And many of these programs won award of excellence in several telefirst competition. She is a holder of BSc Honors in Business Administration from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. She has a secondary education at Queen Amina College, Kakuri, Kaduna. And also she has various certificates in the television production and television and also a television training center, Berlin, and British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC Training School, London, and several management courses. As a professional in broadcast, especially television, she pursued this her profession with excellence, diligence, and she is a game changer in any station that she was posted. And she makes sure that that station is being transformed, and indeed she was called the transformer. It is during her time that NTA just broadcast tafsir on television, the very first time in the month of Ramadan. These make the Muslim Ummah to be very appreciative of her role in that regard. She established medical trust fund for 4 in NTA Kaduna, where you can see that people who are seeking for medical assistance, you see NTA Kaduna will now ask the public to donate for those people seeking for medical help. Mr. Chairman, distinguished guests, to present this award of excellence for her role in instituting this annual Ramadan lecture and for her professional steadfastness, and also now, as she retired, she is giving another lessons using her profession by giving young Nigerians to further their education and career. I present to you Hajia Mariam Bewell for this award. To present the award is the Director General FRCN, Dr. Mansour Liman.
On behalf of the organizers of this Ramadan lecture, the 14th Ramadan lecture, I want to present this award to Hajia Mariam Jammai Bewal for initiating this series of lectures, which I'm sure is a sadaqatul jariyah for her. Thank you.
Allahu Akbar. Thank you. Thank you, DJ. Thank you very much. There is a slight change because whenever His Excellency, spoke, we'll just move to the question and answer. Then we'd like to call on the Director General, Voice of Nigeria, Osita Okechukwu, for his remarks. Then we'll move to His Excellency for his remarks, then question and answer. Okay, can I step out? Okay. So let's move on to remarks by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasru Ahmed El-Rufai, ably represented by Engineer Muhammad Namadi Musa. Okay. Sorry. Muhammad Namadi Musa. No, there is change in the program. They have agreed within themselves that the DG Voice of Nigeria to do that. Thank you. Okay, no problem. The Engineer Muhammad Namadi Musa is the Director General Bureau for Religious Affairs, Kaduna State. He's going to give remarks of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, our host. Your Excellency.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمد عبده ورسوله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. The representative of the Emir of Zazzau, the representative of Lamid of Adamawa, Eze, His Royal Highness, the guest speaker, the directors NTA FRCN and VON, on behalf of His Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, I say unto you, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We want to sincerely thank the organizers of this event, that is the FRCN, NTA, VON, for having it worthy to organize this event in Kaduna years after years, consistently. This has gone a long way. This will go a long way to testify that there is a relative peace in Kaduna State, and that will reduce the rumor that is happening that there is no peace in Kaduna State. We want to use this opportunity to thank them sincerely for diffusing that rumor. However, ours is going to be a sort of vote of thanks, since the professors have made justice with their papers, and the professor who is supposed to do Taliki has ended up in presenting another paper. Alhamdulillah, I think all that has been said is to preach for tolerance, tolerance, and tolerance. As a government, I think there is nothing that will appreciate like tolerance. By the will of God, in His mercy, He has given us another 4 years to stay in this office, and we cannot continue to be in office without your tolerance. However, the issue of hulk that was said by the Prof, I think I would have loved that he has not said it here. He would have just allowed our women to insist on Hanbali and Shafi, because we as polygamists, by the time you talk of huluk, you bring them to Malik, you are telling them to take us to court in case. So women, please be tolerant, so that let's stay by Hanbali and Shafi, so that we'll be tolerant. As government, we are going to tolerate each and every person, and we pray that inshallah will sincerely cooperate with these organizers to make sure that they have not moved this event to any other place. We'll continue try to host it and give all the necessary things is desired. So I do pray that everybody that has come here will go back safely, and inshallah, Kaduna State will always request for your prayers for us to live in peace in this state. There is nothing like peace. All this thing we are doing here is because there is peace. And we cannot get this peace without your prayers and above all, your tolerance. Ina godiya ga Allah madaukakin sarki da ya ba mu ikon halatta wannan taro da aka kawo Kaduna, aka ba mu izinin mu ringa hostin wannan taro shekaru bayan shekaru. Dan na zo nan ina jin na 4 kenan. So wannan yana nuna ma jama'a cewa lalle akwai zaman lafiya a jihar nan Kaduna, shi sa 'yan Niger da Abuja da su Eze duk za su taso daga Mina su zo wannan taro, kuma na fata za su koma gidajensu lafiya. Abubuwa da yawa an faɗa, amma muna son ishu na tolerance ɗin nan, tunda an faɗa da Larabci, an faɗa da Hausa, duk ba a samu wani matsaya ba. To mu a nan jihar Kaduna muna roƙo tolerance ɗin nan a bashi ma'ana ɗaya, shine haƙuri. Haƙuri, because ba wani abin da zai kawo zaman lafiya shine haƙuri. Kaje sun ce su ba su ka kira su kaje, sun ce sunan su Baju, ka kira su Baju mana. Katab sun ce ba su ka kira su Katab, sunan su Atiyab, su mu kira su Atiyab mana. Idan muka yadda da su suka yadda da mu, Gwari sun ce ba su a kira su Gwari, to a kira su Bage mana tun daga abin da suke so. Ka kira mutum da sunan da yake so, sai ku zauna lafiya. So ina fata wannan taro da aka yi yau da wannan lecture da aka bayar zai sa matanmu da yaranmu a ƙara tolerance. Kamar mu polygamist, idan ba a mai da tolerance ɗin nan ya dawo haƙuri ba, muna cikin rikici. Saboda kullum akan munafiki kake makareci, saboda haka don Allah a yi ta haƙuri. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, represented by the Director Bureau for Religious Affairs, Engineer Namadi Musa. You see, sometimes we who normally are compeers in an event, we don't recognize ourselves. But I've been holding a card since, but I couldn't, recognize my fellow Dhammasani, because I'm the Dhammasani of Birnungwari. So let me recognize the Dhammasani of BU, and who is the National Publicity Secretary of Area Consultative Forum, ACF, Mohammed B. Ibrahim. You are welcome. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, because of time factor, I was told that we need to round up. As I said, we are going to round up by 12:30, God willing. Let me call on the Director General of Voice of Nigeria, Osita Okechukwu, to give the vote of thanks. Then we have the closing prayer after. Mr. DG, sir.
Your Excellencies, His Royal Majesties, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I, on behalf of our co-sister agencies, the Nigerian Television Authority, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, the Director General of NTA, Radio Nigeria, Dr. Mansour Mohammed and Leman. Mansour is the one that has doctorate. Osito Okechukwu is Mr. I'm not a doctor. I barely passed standard 6. Salam alaikum. We are grateful for you to make your time to be here to help to re-emphasize the core purpose of this lecture, because the prayers going on in the country on daily basis is the greatest sustenance of our dear country. Prayers from all faiths, showing that we appreciate as Nigerians that without God, we are nowhere. For those who labor without him, they labor in vain. So we are grateful and wish that God, in his infinite goodness, will also make it possible for you and some other people to add for next year's lecture. We are not going to stop. And His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, represented by DG, Namadi Musa, please, we are not going to shift venue. We will still, Kaduna remains what it is for the country and what it means for northern Nigeria. So we are not going to shift base. So we are grateful for the reception and the attendance. His Excellency, the former Governor of Kaduna State, Dr. Ramadan Yalo, we are grateful for your presence and your candor. His Royal Highnesses, the Zana of Adamawa, who is representing the Lamido of Adamawa, we are grateful for your presence. The Pataki, who is representing the Zazao, the Emir of Zazao, we are also grateful for your presence. And the Sarkin Pada, help us to extend to the Emir of Zazao that we are praying for him to be with us next year, so that we will have his grace on being here. I cannot get across all the eminent personalities here, but I can also not forget our elder veteran, who is the chairman, Board of Trustees of Radio Nigeria, Aliyu Hatu. Aliyu, we are grateful for you. He has remained as he was when he took off this noble profession. And we cannot also finish without thanking our resource persons. When I heard Dr. Nuruddin Lemu, I said he's talking from the home. Nobody can forget the Lemu family as regards proficiency in a religious affair. And Dr. Byro, we remain grateful. We're happy that some of us might be going with one lesson or the other, especially come from Eze Chima. Eze Chima Emetu, we're grateful for your contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, Salam Alaikum, Ramadan Kareem. Thank you. At Takbir,
They say for every beginning, there must be an end. As we come to the end of today's program, the 14th annual Ramadan lecture, we pray that Allah will spare our life to see the one for next year. Let me ask the Secretary General of Jamaatul Nasr al-Islam, Dr. Khalid Aliyu, to give us a closing prayer.
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلوا وسلموا على نبينا محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت ورحمت وباركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. We thank you, Allah, the benevolently beneficent and exceedingly merciful. We thank you for this very distinguished lecture today, which deserves standing ovation by our distinguished brother, Sheikh Nuruddin Ahmad Lemu. May Allah grant our father Ahmad Lemu more health and longer life. This lecture today, I think NTA should move it to the next. The collaborating partners of FRCN, the NTA and the Voice of Nigeria should move it to the next level. That ulama, this lecture is for ulama. It is ulama who cause our problems that are supposed to be educated. The tolerance we are looking for, may Allah grant us. Allah grant us tolerance, whatever it means. But I know in practical terms, we are the recipients of the benefits of tolerance. May Allah grant us tolerance in this country. Allah guide our leaders aright. Allah grants them tolerance. Allah purge them out of political irresponsibility. Allah relieve our country of the trying moments we are passing through, caused by intolerance, banditry, kidnapping, armed robbery, armed conflicts, which are but a kind of manifestation of intolerance. May Allah relieve us of intolerance. Allah grant us tasamuh, tolerance in our lives, tolerance with ourselves, tolerance with our families, tolerance in the neighborhood, tolerance in our working places. Oh Allah, we ask you to be with us and to continue to guide us aright. We ask you in your beautiful names and attributes to answer our prayers and to reward all those who in one way or the other contributed to the success of this program. And as we disperse, take us, Ya Allah, to our various destinations in peace, security, and tolerance. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you very much. Please let's stay from Lemana Center, Kaduna Center of Learning. We come to the close of this program. May we rise for the national anthem, please.
All
is well that ends well. On that exalted note on tolerance brings us to the end of the annual Ramadan lecture jointly organized by NTA, FRCN, and Voice of Nigeria, VON. Next year, by God's willing, is another date. Thank you for your precious time on the NTA.